Hello, everyone. I'm here today to talk about the Contra. I am very excited to share this dance with you because this is a dance that I've personally been able to participate in, and it is honestly a lot of fun. When it comes to the origin of Contra, Contra originated in the 17th century in Britain. It proceeded to migrate over to France, come back to Britain, and then the British carried it off to the Americas in the 18th century and was reinterpreted as its own. It is a folk dance, often done in the country, and it has spread all the way to Texas, to the Appalachian Mountains, and even to the West Coast. The culture of Contra is originally it is performed by men and women, typically as a couple, although nowadays the couples can be done as any gender you prefer. Like I said, it was a country dance, and therefore a lot of farmers and other people like that tended to be a part of the Contra. It is a social dance. This type of dance is done mainly to be friendly with each other, such as your neighbors, or to get to know other people, especially with the switching partners that we'll talk about later. When it comes to the significant individuals, there is no known founder of Contra, and there's no real major dancer or even a major choreographer. Although one person that would be quite surprising to find out is a significant individual is Henry Ford. You see, Henry Ford back in the 1920s hated jazz, thought it was sinful, and so he contacted his friend Benjamin Lovett, who was a choreographer, and pushed for him to make Contra more available, to teach Contra to people, so that they would have the wholesome country dance instead of a jazz, which was he thought to be sinful and not good at all. With the characteristics of Contra, Contra dance in itself means opposite dance. This is most likely referring to the lines that are created in Contra. It is performed year-round and is typically done in a dance hall, although it truly can be performed anywhere as long as you have enough room for it since you move around a lot. How to tell if it's a Contra? Contra dances can be noticed by how people form opposing lines to each other. You also see people coupled up. You also listen to a caller. A caller is someone who calls out the actions of the dance, such as if it's a swing or if it's a do-si-do or one of those dances. The caller will call all of the moves, and then slowly as the dance continues, they will stop calling as often, and then they'll pick it back up at the end of the dance so it will wind down again. There's also the switching of partners. You typically get coupled with someone, and you and your date will go and to another couple, dance for a little bit, and then go to another couple. Although there are some times where instead of switching with your partner, you will switch partners themselves, and it'll be you and another person, and you will dance your way around back to your original partner. It is not square dancing or line dancing. Square dancing is done in a square with 4 people, and although Contra can have 4 people in one spot, it is not in a square. And line dancing is typically done without partners and is done with just single people, although there are some exceptions, but that is the way that you can tell if it is a Contra or if it's a line dance. Clothing. There is no dress code, just come as you are. Truly, Contra can be done in any style, any way. So you will see people dancing in jeans and shorts, in dresses and skirts, in a whole bunch of different ways. You can even see people doing it in formal attire. but typically you want to dance or you want to dress comfortably because you're going to be moving around a lot. So at the very least, you should probably have good, comfortable shoes. The music is interesting. Music is often played live, although there are some times where you will have to have the music canned because you are not able to have the performers live. The performers will often be on top of a stage area, and you will be able to see them from the floor. Music instruments include the fiddle, which is the main anchoring instrument. You will have the piano, flute, guitar, mandolin, accordion, and sometimes brass instruments as well. Something interesting is the music is always played at 64 beats, which means you might think that Contra can be played just with any old timey song, but that's not true because with those 64 beats, if you do not have them, you will end up with something called a crooked tune. If you have a crooked tune, the whole dance tends to fall apart because it relies on those 64 beats. Now, this is actually a video of me and my friends dancing to the Contra. I am actually the girl in red. Here we go. And heel toe, slide, slide, slide. Heel toe, slide, slide, slide. Right, next partner. Heel toe, slide, slide, slide. Heel toe, slide, slide, slide. Right elbow. Next partner. From that, you can hear the caller calling out what we need to do. You can see the switching of the partners, and you can hear the instruments, mainly the fiddle, in the background. Now you might be asking, where can I do the Contra? There are also many places that you can find. Again, this dance is spread all throughout America. But if you want to find it in Austin, you can look at sites such as Austin area events, and they'll be able to show you where you can go. I believe they typically do it on the third Saturday of the month. And that is the Contra. Thank you.